My backyard was my sanctuary, until Karen, the HOA dictator, sold it out from under me for a quick buck. Picture this: a pristine lawn, my kid's swing set, and my wife's rose garden gone, thanks to her pen stroke. I'm Jake, a regular guy who thought a handshake meant something. But Karen, with her clipboard and her smug grin, taught me otherwise. She was the queen of our cul-de-sac, ruling with bylaws and a vendetta against anyone who dared park a pickup truck overnight. My crime? A single overgrown hedge. Her punishment? Selling my backyard to a developer for a strip mall, claiming it was HOA property due to a paperwork glitch from 1998. The day I found out, I was pruning that damn hedge. Karen strutted up, her heels clicking like a countdown to doom, and handed me a notice. Your backyard's been rezoned, Jake. Progress waits for no one. My jaw hit the dirt. She'd exploited a loophole, forged a signature, and sold my land to a builder named Vince, who was already measuring my rosebushes for concrete. My kids cried that night, asking why their swing set was in a dumpster. My wife, Sarah, begged me to fight it legally, but lawyers cost money we didn't have. Karen knew that. She counted on it. The betrayal burned. I'd spent years turning that yard into a haven, every barbecue, every starry night with Sarah, every scraped knee patched up on that grass. Now, surveyors were staking it out like vultures circling a corpse. I confronted Karen at the HOA meeting, my voice shaking with rage. You stole my home, I shouted. She smirked, adjusting her pearls. It's just business, Jake. Maybe if you'd mowed better, we wouldn't be here. The room went silent, neighbors avoiding my eyes. I was alone, humiliated, and outmaneuvered. But I wasn't done. The climax hit on a muggy Tuesday. Vince's crew rolled in with a bulldozer at dawn, ready to flatten my memories. I snapped. No lawyer, no petition, just me, a sledgehammer, and a decade of pent-up frustration. I started with the fence, smashing it to splinters while Vince yelled about permits. Neighbors gawked from their windows. Karen arrived, her face redder than her lipstick, screaming, "You're ruining everything." I swung harder, tearing down her precious progress. The swing set was already gone, but I'd be damned if they got the rest. I wrecked the surveyor's stakes, shattered their fancy sign, and even took a swing at the bulldozer's treads before Vince tackled me. You're insane, he roared. Maybe I was, but it felt good. Karen called the cops, of course. They showed up, lights flashing, and I stood there, covered in dirt, sledgehammer at my feet. The neighbors whispered, some cheering quietly, others shaking their heads. Karen was unhinged, waving her contract like a battle flag. Arrest him. He's a menace, she shrieked. The officer, a guy I'd coached Little League with, looked at the wreckage, then at me. Jake, what the hell? He muttered, but I saw a flicker of respect in his eyes. They didn't cuff Minute yet. I'd made my point. This was my land, my fight. The counterattack came fast. Karen doubled down, suing me for damages, vandalism, and emotional distress. Her lawyer was a shark in a suit, painting me as a lunatic to the judge. Vince's company joined the suit, demanding I pay for their ruined equipment. The HOA rallied behind Karen, claiming I'd violated every rule in their sacred book. Sarah was furious, worried we'd lose everything. You should have waited, she said, tears in her eyes. But waiting would have meant surrender. I scraped together what savings we had, hired a scrappy lawyer named Mia, and dug into the HOA's records. Turns out, Karen's glitch was a full-on forged, backdated documents to steal my land. Mia found the original deed, proving the backyard was mine. The courtroom gasped when we presented it. Karen's face went white, her pearls suddenly looking like a noose. The judge ruled in my favor. The sale was voided, Karen was fined for fraud, and the HOA board was forced to resign. Vince's company backed off, cutting their losses. I got my backyard back, or what was left of it. The swing set was gone, the roses trampled, the grass a muddy scar. The victory was hollow. Sarah and I stood in the wreckage, holding hands, staring at the mess I'd made. The kids didn't play outside anymore. They were scared of the broken yard. Neighbors who'd cheered me now avoided us, wary of the guy who'd swung a sledgehammer. Karen moved away, disgraced, but her shadow lingered. I'd won, but at what cost? Last week, I planted a new rosebush for Sarah. It's small, fragile, but it's a start. The backyard's still a disaster, a daily reminder of my rage and Karen's greed. I don't regret fighting, but I regret the scars it left in my family, my home, my heart. Sometimes, I sit out there at night, staring at the stars, wondering if I'd do it again. The answer's yes, but it hurts.